One of my favorite rappers in the 90s was Notorious Big, B.I.G., and he had a song called Mo Money, Mo Problems. Well, since I cover the news like I do, I'd like to update that just a little bit and apply it to the Clintons. And I'd call it Mo Clintons, Mo Bodies. Because every time I turn around, there's a new person connected to Hillary Clinton and the DNC who ends up dead. This time, it is a Klaus Eberwein. Now, Klaus Eberwein was a Haitian official who blew the whistle on the Clinton Foundation. Haas ended up dead himself at the age of 50. Here's what they report. Eberwein was a former Haitian government official who was expecting to expose the extent of the Clinton Foundation corruption and malpractice in Haiti. He was found dead in Miami at the age of 50. According to Miami-Dade's medical examiner record supervisor, the official cause of death is a gunshot wound to the head. Eberwein's death has been registered as a suicide by the government. But not long before his death, he spoke about his life being in danger because of his testimony. Now, those who listen to this story, this clip, they may think, oh, Tim, why are you grasping at straws? Why are you peddling this conspiracy theory? Well, just hear me out. Over the last 12 months or so, there have been a number of deaths of those connected to the DNC or to the Hillary Clinton campaign or the Clinton Foundation. You may recall one. His name is Sean Lucas. He was a process server in the DNC lawsuit. He was found with an overdose of 3 very powerful medications in his blood system, though he had no history of drug usage. Then there was Seth Rich. Seth Rich was found with 2 gunshots to the back. He, a DNC staffer, no criminal record, nothing of the sort. Some say he may have been the leaker of the documents of the DNC, the Podesta emails, other emails related to the DNC that reached to WikiLeaks. But it doesn't stop there. There was John Ash. John Ash was found with a weight on his neck, crushing his throat as he exercised in his room or in his home. Now, John Ash was a former UN official who was set to testify against who? The Clinton Foundation and the Democratic Party. Now, some will still dismiss this and say, Tim, it's just a conspiracy. You have no evidence. And I'll say you're right. I have no evidence that these people were murdered. But here's the thing. If these men were connected to Donald Trump, do you believe that the mainstream media would cover it? Do you think if these men's death were related to, I don't know, the Trump University or to Jared Kushner or to, for that matter, Ivanka or Melania, do you think that there would be talks right now on every news program, all of mainstream media? See, I know they want to call this a conspiracy theory. That's because it doesn't fit the narrative that they want us to talk about. But here in independent media, we do the opposite of mainstream media drivel. We talk about the issues that other people won't talk about. That's the purpose of independent media. Now, I'm not saying I have a smoking gun, that I have evidence that the Clintons had anything to do with this. And I'm not suggesting that Hillary Clinton or Bill Clinton are running around in masks with silencers on guns, offing people in the middle of the night. What I'm suggesting is if one murder or suicide doesn't rile your suspicions, maybe 2 or 3 or 4 will. For the record, once again, I'm not suggesting that Debbie Wasserman Schultz, Hillary Clinton, or Bill Clinton are running around at night disappearing folks or tackling people in the middle of the night and shooting them up with different types of narcotics or crushing throats with barbells. I feel strongly that if these people, these deaths were connected to anyone other than the Clintons, that Rachel Maddow would be discussing it. She'd have some long drawn-out presentation of 20 minutes before she got down to the point, and she would unveil these deaths and link them together somehow. You hear Joe Scarborough talk about it. You hear A.M. Joy discuss it. They all would. I'm going to leave this up to your interpretation. It's my job just to give you the information. But search inside your soul. Search your logical, free-thinking, beautiful mind and ask yourself, would the mainstream media be covering this story or these stories if the person connected to these stories, last name happened to rhyme with rump or pump?